Hey, GABEPRO.
Hello, my
How's
name is
it going?
Gabriel Pronovo. That's good. That's good.
And how'd you get into art and developing the Vibe Tribe?
So I got into art since I can remember. I really don't even know when I got into art. I guess I really took a liking to it when I was in middle school because I was drawing a lot in class. But even before then, I was drawing a lot in class. I never really fit in to the class. You know, I was always different. I went to private Catholic schools growing up, so I was like the only kid that was of another race that had darker skin than everybody, except for like a few times there would be some colored people, but it was like very briefly, or there would only be one. And I was always a kid to read out loud because I wanted to learn English better. My first language was Portuguese, and then learning English, reading out loud made me learn it quicker. But also, like, art allowed me to vocalize my mind, and I realized that at a very young age. But I always saw my imperfections, and I have a lot of OCD, so when I would draw, I would draw, and then rip it up and be like, I totally screwed this up. And I just didn't like what came out when I was drawing. But then there are times where like I really liked what came out, and then once I grew older, once I got to like 14, 15, I started experimenting with psychedelics, and that's when I started not caring about the mistakes in art, and I thought that it was original. And that's when I was just like, that's just a part of the piece. That's what makes it artistic and creative and
So you
original.
started accepting all of the original ideas that you had.
Exactly. And then like I discovered digital art when I was 9, and I've been doing graphic design ever since because of web development and making websites. And I also was a super nerd. I played this video game called RuneScape, and I played on private servers after they ruined the game and made RuneScape 3, RS3. And they changed the graphics, they added quests that gave you special abilities that people didn't want, and that they were a part of PvP, and it just like completely changed the whole graphic of the game. And everybody got mad, so they went to private servers where there are these like bare-boned websites that were like just really simple form. Sorry for the disconnect. But as I was saying, I started getting into graphic design and web development really hardcore by the time I was like 12, 13. When I was 9, 11, I was just experimenting with it. By 12, 13 is when I had my own functional community that stood behind everything that I was doing. And it was self-supported, a private server for RuneScape, and I had my own forum board and community of about like 500, 600 people, and they all donated to keep the server up and running. And then eventually I dove deeper into drawing when I was in middle school and high school. And that's because of, I was in class all the time. I wasn't allowed to be on my phone. So the teacher would be talking, and I had ADHD. And ADHD is a diagnosis that you get that's from a residual diagnosis that hasn't been presented yet. And at that time, I was young. and they didn't really know what was going on. But then eventually I went to a counselor, the school counselor. I told them about my life, and I said I had PTSD, depression and anxiety, and ADHD. And ADHD comes from a coping mechanism to help cope with the trauma and not be triggered or anything. So you sit there and you fiddle with things. And my fiddle was drawing or tapping my leg. So that's why I listen to music while I make my art, or I listen to music while I work, or I listen to music while I play video games. I always have to have two things going on, or else I can't really focus on something. I get distracted at other things, because if I'm only focusing on one thing, I'm not used to two things not happening at once. You know, it's weird. That's at least that's my theory. Yeah, that's my theory. But then I ended up dropping out of high school at 17 and going to college early. I kind of messed up my credits because I was in a very bad point in my life. But there's this one course that I took that was called online marketing, and that's what got me into thinking about building a business. And I built what we had to do at the end of the class. We had to have either a paper that was done on studying a fully functional organization that's already up and online, or creating your own organization that is like your competition in the same market.
You were ready to start developing your own organization. You were ready to start developing your own.
So, like, I was thinking about my friends who were making, they were doing screen printing with silk screen, and I was saying to myself, well, that's a really, like, long process. Like, couldn't we make this process better? And so I looked up how to make all over print designs on Google for clothes, and that's when I discovered sublimation. So I built this business model that was for this prerequisite college class, and I built it so it would be the most affordable business model. And then I didn't do anything with it until I was 19, 20. I moved out to Boston with this guy named Sophie, and I told him about my ideas. Turns out that he was a self-made multimillionaire, so he ended up funding everything. And he just wanted to be paid back once it started succeeding and see where the money went. And see me succeed, really. Then that's when I started just designing stuff in this open source program called Mandelbulb 3D. It's very, very complex.
Yeah.
And a lot of people love what I do with it. My style is really original. It's simple, but you also have to have Photoshop and Illustrator to be able to do what I do. And so basically, I make the designs in Mandelbulb, and then I take them out. I edit them a little bit in Photoshop and turn them into something like this.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, this is his
Very
shirt.
nice.
He's dead now, but you know, I still wear his shirt around. And this is my company. You can see it though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, you know, yeah, it was the Vibe Tribe.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then this is this cards that I use for my sponsors.
Oh wow, I like those cards.
And then on the back, it's got a little area for you to write your coupon code.
Okay.
And then it says what I sell. And then it has all the other information right here. But yeah, basically I design apparel and accessories designed to enhance every journey, adventure, or experience. And the reason why I say that is because it's for festivals, raves, and the entertainment industry. And Alice in Wonderland went on an adventure, you know. My cat's name is Cheshire. So I really dive deep into how I can do the subliminal messaging. And the name, the Vibe Tribe, has 12 characters, and 12 is the amount of months that we have. And 12 also is the number for unity and solace. But it goes 3, 4, 5. And the reason being is because 3 is my favorite number, but it's also the strongest number because it creates a pyramid.
Yeah.
And when you create pyramids are the strongest shape, and that's why the Vibe Tribe is a pyramid. And when you think about 3s, you'll also think about conductivity or pi.
Yeah.
Because pi is 3.14.
Right.
And also the designs I make in Mandelbulb, they're all linear equations of pi.
Right.
So I thought that that was really unique. So that's why the is there, and it's important to the brand name. So the Vibe Tribe. And Vibe stands for me, Gabe. Gabe is 4 letters. And my name is Gabriel, so I'm the Vibe, which is actually 7 letters. And so Gabriel is 7 letters. I was born on the 7th month, on the 28th day, which is divisible by 4. On the 28th day, which is divisible by 4. 7 times, which becomes my name. And he is also the 7th letter of the alphabet, which is really interesting. So 7 really holds a special place in my heart. And so I'm the Vibe, and I'm creating a tribe of artists who want to work together with me and build themselves up and be a part of a great brand that is going to be a movement, like a real movement for artists to take the art out of their closets, their drawers, their cabinets, their storage. Wherever you have art, I want to turn your art into digital designs and make them beautiful and put them on products and help you make money. I want to be able to make everybody money so everybody eats. And I want to do that through my Contributing Artist Program, which is a program where currently I am looking for 12 contributing artists for a free 1-year trial of the program. And once I find 12 artists, I want to create an artist biography page where they upload a portrait or give me a portrait of themselves. It's a professionally taken portrait. And maybe I would be the one to take it because I'm a professional photographer as well. And I would like to just have like a short biography with all the art that they post on the website. So that way it's easily accessible to their artwork on the website. And I want to have that done within the next year, preferably. At least 12 contributing artists for the program for free. But then I want to have 50 contributing artists total, because if that's the case, then the company would be making over $1 million annually if we were able to sell all the products every year. And
it's such an idea.
They would be paying $100 a month to make 100 products and make $12 off each product, so they turn $1 into $1,200 per month, up to $14,400 per month.
Wow.
If they were able to sell
Each and every one.
yeah, each and every one of them that month, but then that means they're going to festivals, they're going to shows, and I want to have the business able to be at multiple shows and festivals at the same weekend, and have an employee basis where I have employees who get paid hourly, and they also get free tickets and a free avenue to the show or to the festival, and you know, they get free food, free drinks to a certain extent if they're a drinker, or they can get extra money. You know, so I want to incorporate all these things into the business because I feel like that's necessary. If I was able to get employees to go to festivals and I gave them video instructions of how to set up the booth, and I also have someone who I trust who would be like a chieftain, so to speak, you know, because it's a tribe. I would want like to have a chieftain overlooking everything and, you know, doing inventory check and everything like that. But recently I've been experimenting with how I'm going to be setting up my booths, how much material is necessary and what products to bring. Currently I'm going to be working on investing in accessories, just because it's gender neutral and size neutral, so I can invest in one accessory, 20 designs, not think about sizes or gender differences. So I'm just thinking of different ways on how I can invest quickly to get it building up quickly. But yeah, that's kind of how I got to where I am today. The business side is really difficult though, because I really have no prior experience. I'm just a natural born entrepreneur. Well, my dad had a satellite business where he was launching satellites into space and making satellite towers on ground and putting in satellite dishes for corporations, and it's doing stuff all over the country, actually in other countries too.
So how did you manage to just jump into being an international artist and company?
Well, what I did is I just enabled it on my website. So there's like a little checkbox button, but then on top of that, you have to think about your privacy policies, and you have to go into the privacy policies and find certain policies for countries and add them in. So you just go on Google, search up what policies are for online stores for this country and this country, or this demographic area, you know, so like you say, Western civilizations, and then it'll pop up a list of different policies for all these different countries.
Right.
And it's really intense actually when you look at it. Especially like England has some weird policies, like Russia, like USA and Russia. I can't do business with Russia. Like that's not possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like apparently, like that's a standing thing.
Yeah. So, what's been your favorite experience up to now to build your company? Or your favorite products that you like to sell?
I would say my favorite experience is going out to all these shows, festivals, and states, and just getting out and traveling all over, and going to all these places that I never thought I'd go, meeting all these people I never thought I'd meet, and just living life in the most purest form there is.
Yeah.
Through art and collaborations and going and creating a community is the most beautiful thing. But being a part of a community is even more beautiful, because being a part of a community, which like festivals, for example. When you go to these festivals every year, you see the same people there every year, and then eventually you introduce yourself, and they remember you, and you're just like, oh my god, hey, long time no see. It's been a year. How have you been? Oh my god. And then you update each other like on how you guys are doing in life and everything. And it's just, it's so amazing how festivals have brought so many people together just on the act of music and what people like for music. And I just think that it's a beautiful thing. And that's why I really wanted to dive deep into that industry, the entertainment industry, is because that's how I'm going to have the best life, is doing what I love.
Come back and tour with you someday.
And yeah, because I really want to, like, after next year, I think that 2025 is going to be the first, like, official Vibe Tribe tour. As long as I can get a group of people to be on board and stay committed, and they might have to pay for their tickets first and stuff, and pay for their own stuff at first, but I'll expense it. And I'll give them money back from the taxes that I get back. But it's, it's crazy. Having a business is crazy. It's like building a baby, but like you can't even, like, babies don't make you money. It's just a money deposit that, like, you don't know if you're going to get anything back from. But then, like, a business is like having a baby.
It's the most satisfying experience.
What's the most satisfying experience?
Just having art as your baby through business, Yeah,
it is. It really is. Because that all that stuff is what I've done. It's weird to say that, like, oh my god, I created all the work on my website right now. It's just weird.
Yeah, you did every little thing from start to finish.
But I want other people to be a part of it. I really want other people to build up with me when I actually start marketing.
Yeah.
And I want there to be like a solid 12 people who really want to commit to the business year round.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to come to every festival, but I would like them to come to some festivals so that it could be like a meet and greet type deal.
Yeah.
And same with me, because I'm an artist as well. But, I might be the brains behind the operation, but I'm also the artist behind the operation.
Just to wrap things up, what advice would you give to somebody who was starting out and they looked up to you and admired you and wanted to go towards your direction? Maybe not the same exact thing, but towards your direction.
I would say that they need to start using Google more often. Also YouTube, because I'm self-educated in everything that I do professionally. Other than that one class that I took in college for online marketing, I'm self-educated in everything that I do professionally. I have sought out through networking people who have similar ideas, goals, dreams, and asked them what they did, and I just continued growing my knowledge. Basically, what it comes down to is bringing yourself out to more places that have like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
Also, changing your perspective on yourself, because I know every artist beats themselves down about their art and says that, oh, this isn't perfect.
It's so true, man. So true.
They also don't know when to stop. Don't beat yourself up on stopping. You can come back to it another time, but what if you like how you stopped like where you stopped from that last time? When you come back to it, like, give yourself breaks, periodic breaks. If you're trying to build your own website, you really have to have perseverance. Perseverance is important. You can't just back down every time something goes wrong. There's going to be a lot of times something goes wrong, and you're just going to have to get over it and get through it and get it done. and never doubt yourself. Just keep saying to yourself, no, I got this. And then once you accomplish that, you will feel so
amazing. Yeah.
You will feel so incredibly amazing. I promise you. I promise you. You'll be like, no, look, I did it. You're a kitty little boy. Oh my God.
You're like, join the vibe tribe. That's the ultimate advice.
Yeah, because I do everything for you that is really tedious, you know? The only thing I won't be doing for you is your taxes. Unless you really want me to. I can give you a 1099 and do your taxes for you after giving you your 1099. But it'll cost extra.
You're too funny. Well, I'm so glad that I got to have you here and for us to speak about all these things and how your idea developed over the years. It's just so mind-blowing. And I'm so happy to have you here. I can't stress that enough.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this. And I'm down to do another. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do another one.
Okay.
So I'll see you soon.
All right. I hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Okay. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.